Welcome everyone, and thank you for joining me today. I have a few things I want to go over, so I don't want to make this too lengthy, but it's getting back to Tamar. Let me just say that Vincent is in depression right now because he thought that, according to my sources, he thought that him and Tamar would get back together. So he's not really pleased with the next information that Tamar has a man. And, she says she's very much in love. She's known him 3 months. And my opinion is just different from what she's had. So, I'm not going to tell her she's not in love, but my opinion says, he's just a different guy. I found out the reason why Tamar walked off, mainly because Iyanla brought up the point that she was molested as a child, and that was something that only a couple of people knew. The new guy and I don't know which sister or her mom, but that's just something that was a secret. And if she was going to tell it was supposed to be her story and not Iyanla's storyline to bring that out, and not even tell Tamar that she was going to do that. So that's why Tamar was mad. But let me tell you, she's only known this guy for 3 months. I don't think Vincent, if he knew about it, I don't think he would have said anything to Iyanla because, he would want to get Tamar back. I don't think the mom would or the sisters would, and definitely not the dad, because although they're fighting, they wouldn't want to hurt Tamar like that. I won't believe that her sisters would want to hurt Tamar like that. I say it's her new man that told it. Okay, let me tell you something that some people may not know. A lot of people know this information, but some of you guys may not. Iyanla is a Yoruba priestess. She doesn't broadcast that because of, some of the backlash she would probably get. And the Yoruba religion originated in Nigeria. And this guy is from Nigeria. So I'm thinking he would have more of a reason to spill this to Iyanla. I don't know if he's in the Yoruba religion. However, that I tried to investigate that, but that's like something that you just can't do that in an afternoon or a day or whatever. It takes time to really research that. Some of the things that I did find out about that religion is they can intermingle, and they do intermingle with other religions. So some things in Christianity is not new to them, and they're not disputing some things, and so it's easy for them to cross over to that. They have some ties also in Hindu. I also found out, and I only we'll hit on a few because, like I say, it takes research to know the ins and outs of this religion, as in a lot of religions. They believe that before you're born, you know your destiny. You know where you're going to live, you know who you're going to love, you know a lot of things about yourself, even the fact that you know when you're going to die. And then after you're born, you lose this sense of destiny. You just have to come to, throughout your life, you just, little things will take you to certain points where all that destiny will become reality, set forth before you were born. As I was investigating, I saw that they do animal sacrifices. Not all the houses do, not everyone, but a lot of them do animal sacrifices. Now in Christianity, so did the people in the Old Testament, where they would bring the turtle doves and and there would be sacrifices. But in Christianity, if you've studied it, if you are Christian, you know that when Jesus came along, he was the sacrifice, and so that those sacrifices are not necessary anymore. It's just, like I said, it's just too complex for me to tell you, from just a few hours of research. I mean, I've watched videos, I've researched it, and it's just too much. So I'm not going to even try, but I just remembered some things that I researched. So Iyanla is a priestess, and this new guy is from Nigeria, where this religion stems from, as I stated. So, if, for lack of a better word, they may be kindred spirits, as far as, having something in common and connected spiritually. So, all of a sudden she gets this guy, and then this family, Tamar tells him the secret that she was molested, and then all of a sudden Iyanla knows it. It's not rocket science to figure out who told. So that means he betrayed her. And, she was on Wendy Williams. I did see that. I didn't watch Wendy Williams, but I watched another YouTube channel that spoke of that showed the actual TV presentation of the Wendy Williams show. And, she's all excited. She's in love. And, he's a snack. And, and it just showed, like, from his neck down. I think it didn't show his face, so I don't think anyone, the public doesn't know how he looks, but it looks like he betrayed her. And so I hope she's not, getting herself into something, way over her head, because and I say if he's in the Yoruba religion, that's something she has to know. That's something that's going to have to come out, because she's saying she's saved, and that's a word that Christians use, and, that walk down that religion and Christianity, although, like I said, Yoruba religion can intermingle with Christians. So a lot of things that you might say in your faith, then they're familiar with that. And I think that's why sometimes Iyanla can say certain things when she pray and when she talk, that you could say, oh, that's scripture. But they can do that. I know that another thing they believe in, at a certain level of their religion, and I forgot the name of the word, Risha comes to my mind, but I don't know whether that's the word, that they can possess other people. So, take heed if you're going to research that religion, because it's deep, and it's not something, like I said, I want to speak on freely about, okay, this is the whole thing about this religion, not with just an afternoon, few hours of studying it. No, I can't do that. I don't want to get things wrong. And I know I probably pronounced some of the names, Yoruba, I'm not sure, Arisa, I'm not sure. So I'm just going to leave it at that. One thing I do want to point out, where the sisters didn't want Tracy to film. Okay, in watching the Braxton family values, I see Tawanda talking on the phone with Tony, and they showed that conversation. Okay, if there's no filming, there's no filming. So why is Tawanda filming, even though it's a telephone call to Tony, where they're gonna, get together, and she's gonna tell Tony, which was she was filming somewhere, making a movie somewhere, and Tony was not abreast of a lot of the information about the walkout. But again, if you're not filming, how are we seeing you talking to Tony? So if it's supposed to be a walkout or what have you, do just that. We're not supposed to see anybody but Tracy. So that's just my take on it. And from my take on it, I'm thinking all this is just, for ratings then, trying to build things up. I do not think Tamar is with this guy for ratings. I really think that is real as far as her divorcing Vincent and being with this guy. I do think that's real. I don't think that Vincent, like I said, would say anything to Iyanla if he knew this molesting information. And I'll say alleged, but I do believe her. And I will also say that with Tamar and Vince, I mean, on both parts I saw such disrespect. Now, he knew her and had been married to her for years when they had that show, their reality show. So he knows her personality. He knows how she can be silly.com and all this, the way she talks. And he knows all that. But when they went, even on trips with this other couple, he treated her like a little silly child. No, granted, she may act that way somewhat, but, sometimes. But he treated her, to me, he would kind of raise his voice to her, and I just felt a little when I would see the way he treated and talked to her. And now all of a sudden he's so in love. Well, you knew what you married. You knew her personality, how goofy she could be, and then you would belittle her and just watch some of the old shows if you're able to. Watch some of them, the way he talked to her. I would have got sick of it. So that's going off in another direction, but is I just want to let everyone know that that family Braxton, you don't call someone, and you're supposed to be Christian, you don't call a Yoruba priestess to fix your life. Dig into Iyanla's life. Like all of us, she got a lot of baggage. She just got her maybe tucked away, neatly folded, but she got a lot of baggage. And you don't call someone that, their life is whatever to fix your life. She's not able to fix her life, my life, your life. I got dogs. She can't fix my dog's life. And I hate to be, going to come down on her like that. But she's, in my opinion, she's a fraud. Iyanla is a fraud. Now, there's some things that she has said that, of course, I agree with you on that. Because, if somebody keep talking, evidently, after a while, they're going to hit on some truth, hopefully. But it's so much to say about her and Oprah's relationship, and when she didn't get back with the OWN station, how her life was, and it wouldn't, she was kind of hard off. And then she weaseled herself back into Oprah's life and apologized and gave this excuse and that excuse. And now she's back in the good graces, and look how she's prospered. So I look at that and I think that's all suspect. And, it's like that. She's back in good graces with Oprah because the money's good, and because Oprah has made some millionaires, through association with her. I mean, people who have had relationship with Oprah, a lot of them are wealthy now. So, some of Oprah's friends are not really Oprah's friends because they with you chick for the money. So, they say don't judge, but that's the way it looks to me. Not judge it, I'm just observing. So anyway, I'm going to end there. I just, if you have some free time, just look into that Yoruba religion and that and what's the role of the priestess and how Iyanla ties into that. And this secret that Tamar had, I'm sorry, Tamar, but your boyfriend spilled the beans, and I wouldn't even be looking at Iyanla crazy. I'd be looking at the boyfriend because nobody knew this information. So that's why she walked off. So anyway, I'm going to leave you there. And so thank you for joining in again. And I want to thank all of my subscribers. And if you have not, if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe now and hit the notification bell. And I'm going to leave you right there. So goodbye for now, and I'll be back with another video. Thank you for coming. Bye-bye.